The New York Giants might have found a gem in Tommy DeVito, because not only is he doing well, but DeVito has them at 3-1 since he came in and back in the playoff hunt. So today, with the power of Madden, we are gonna rebuild a team whose season looked like it was over, and we are gonna see what the future looks like with Tommy DeVito at QB. This should be a fun one. But we will go over the team and get into this in just a second. But super quick, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to drop a like. I think the little like button glows now if I say like the video or something like that, so that's interesting. Be sure to drop a like. And we've been doing very well with the like goals, so let's see if we can once again get to 1,000 likes on this video. It sounds stupid, but it really does help out the channel more than you could imagine, so I'd very much appreciate it. And it helps me know that y'all want to see more. And we are so close to 25K, so if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. Maybe you don't even realize you're not subscribed and you've been watching the videos. And obviously, all I do is Madden rebuilds, so if you like rebuilds, be sure to subscribe. And be sure to share with a friend you think might enjoy the channel. And last thing, just let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all have down below. Can be a realistic rebuild of your favorite team, a really bad team in real life, or just a chaotic Madden rebuild. Let me know down below, because if I pick your suggestion, I'll give you a shout out if you care about that. But I just want good Madden rebuild ideas. So let me know down below. But without further ado, let's rebuild the Giants with the GOAT, Tommy DeVito. Now, obviously, this means we're not keeping Daniel Jones. I didn't love when they signed him. In fact, I hated it. I mean, this last year in real life, he was okay. I would say he played better than his numbers show, but I don't know. And then they gave him like 40 million per year. I don't love that. So we are going to trade him away. But this team, even now that they've found a quarterback who's playing decent, well, pretty well, the rest of this team still is not great, especially on offense. This O-line, other than Andrew Thomas, is very bad. Darren Waller's injured. Daniel Bellinger's okay. This receiving core is disgusting. This last game, Wan'Dale Robinson and I guess Isaiah Hodgins did pretty well. Probably one of these other guys. I don't remember. But the rest of the year, they've been terrible. So we're gonna need to sign some pretty good receivers, probably even trade for one. We'll see. And then the defense, it's something. Bobby Okereke's been really good. Dexter Lawrence is very good, obviously. Xavier McKinney's good. And I like Kayvon Thibodeau and Deontay Banks, but other than that, it's kind of rough. I mean, there's some players we could develop, like Micah McFadden, Azeez Ojulari, Cordale Flott. Like, there are guys, but it's gonna need some work, so stay tuned for this rebuild. This is gonna be a challenging one. But there are definitely some pieces to work with on this team. So we have a bright future here. But let's get into the rebuild, and we will see how this team is doing at the midseason point. Actually, let's trade Daniel Jones first. We are unfortunately going to ship him off. This might make a dent in our cap space. This is probably going to be a lot of cap penalty, but oh well. We're going to be trading Daniel Jones to the team I always trade quarterbacks to, the Atlanta Falcons. They're just one of the more QB needy teams in the league. I mean, there are teams that have their starter injured that are obviously more QB needy, but here, no injuries, so they'll have them. I also wanted to trade Daniel Jones to the Raiders, but they weren't interested. Daniel Jones could be fun on the Falcons, though. I mean, he has that big threat of running. He's, like, legitimately really fast. You know, the Falcons like their interesting skill sets, and I guess interesting is a good word for Daniel Jones. We'll say that. But now, let's get to the midseason point. And I'm not going to be too disappointed if this team is like 1-7 or something, or 1-6, because we are a 77 overall. Okay, well, we are actually 3-4 at the midseason. That is much better than I thought we would be. Is Tommy DeVito just cracked or something? Is he the greatest player ever? He's actually doing pretty well. I'm surprised. I didn't think he would, to be honest, but yeah, he's doing well. 1,300 yards, 66% completion percentage, 10 touchdowns, 5 picks. Pretty good. And once we get an actual, like, NFL roster around him, this is gonna be a fun rebuild. That's all I'm saying. Get some drinks, get some snacks, whatever you want. This is looking fun. And you know what? I never show this, but let me switch it up a little bit. Let's set the focus scouting position. We really need O-line, but unfortunately, interior is very weak this year, it looks like. And also, the top 5 is all QBs. So this would be a great year to need QB, but but we don't. We have the greatest player, the greatest quarterback to ever live. Better than Tom Brady, better than Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, Dan Marino, whoever. I'm going to say Tommy DeVito's the GOAT like 40 million times in this rebuild, so get used to it. I guess we'll still set interior O-line. Why not? Maybe they're good left guards. I don't know. And we are going to have some players to re-sign here. Oh yeah, Saquon is a player that they need to re-sign. And Xavier McKinney. Where's Dexter Lawrence while we're at it? Is he in here? No, I think they paid him. Yeah. But Saquon will definitely go 3 years, 33.9 mil. Oh, wait, we don't? Oh, why do we have negative 20 mil in cap? Oh, maybe because we traded Daniel Jones. Yeah, that might do it. Well, that's fine. We'll restructure deals at the end of the year and be able to re-sign these players. I wonder if we can restructure now and that'll have an effect. I don't think it has an effect. I don't know. We'll figure it out at the end of the year. But speaking of that, let's get to the end of the year and we'll see what kind of record this team finishes with. I mean, this is going better than I thought it would so far. Okay. In year one, I was expecting a massive collapse. I thought we would finish like 5-12. I wanted to keep hope, so I didn't say anything, but I would have been wrong if I said that. We finished 8-9. That is not bad considering our team. We might be on to something here. I mean, is Tommy DeVito the greatest quarterback to ever live? He was all right. 3,100 yards, 26 touchdowns, but 16 picks. That's a little high. 64% completion percentage, but he should be up there for Rookie of the Year. We'll see. If he had like 10 picks or something, this would be a really nice season, especially for like an undrafted rookie. It's still definitely a good season for a UDFA, but hopefully we can get those picks down a little bit. Saquon Barkley, 1,400 yards, 4.6 per carry, 6 touchdowns for him. Jalen Hyatt was our leading receiver with only 800 yards, 7 touchdowns, and not much receiving outside of him. But he should be up there for Rookie of the Year too. We'll see. It'll probably just go to Bijan Robinson, but oh well. And whoa, our O-line was actually good. Did we only allow like 25 sacks or so? Wow, that was a hell of a guess. 25 sacks. I promise I didn't look at that before I guessed that. But I moved Evan Neal inside to guard because I feel like that's something this team should do. I loved Evan Neal as a prospect. He was my favorite player in the 2022 class. I don't know who the Giants offensive line coach is, but they need a new one. And I was like, okay, if Evan Neal can't fix his, technique at tackle, move him into guard and he should be a great one. But I don't even think they've done that at all yet. I don't think they've ever played him at guard. So we'll do it here, and it looks like it paid off. He was pretty good. Andrew Thomas was amazing. Even Matt Pert wasn't terrible. John Michael Schmitz wasn't great, but he's like a 72 here. It's not the biggest deal in the world. And then Bobby Okereke led the team in tackles with 125, 123 for Isaiah Simmons. Tackles for loss, 15 from Ashawn Robinson. And sacks, 9 from Dexter Lawrence, 7 for Azeez Ojulari, but only 2 for Kayvon Thibodeau. I am giving him traits. I hate how he plays in this game. We'll go big hitter, finesse moves. Sometimes this doesn't even do anything, but we'll try it. And then interceptions, 4 for Isaiah Simmons. He was really good. He could be up there for Defensive Player of the Year. 3 for Xavier McKinney, 2 for Adoree Jackson, and then 1 for a few players, including Kayvon Thibodeau. Okay. I love him getting almost as many interceptions as sacks. That makes sense. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes here. No Tommy DeVito, unfortunately. By the way, I'm probably going to call him Danny DeVito, obviously, because they also have Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes, so they have Danny and DeVito as their top 2 QBs right now. That's not confusing at all. But NFC Offensive Player of the Year, of course, goes to a division rival in CeeDee Lamb. No Giants up here. Defensive Player of the Year, did I say Rookie of the Year? I don't know what I said. Defensive Player of the Year, of course, also goes to a division rival in Micah Parsons. Isaiah Simmons is up here at number 9. We'll take that. Offensive Rookie of the Year does go to Bijan Robinson. Jaden Reed at number 2. Michael Wilson at 3. And then Jalen Hyatt at 4, Tommy DeVito at 5. So no Rookie of the Year here. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jalen Carter. Deontay Banks at number 7. No awards, unfortunately. Was our boy Tommy up there for best QB? He was at number 9. We'll take that at least. He beat out Daniel Jones, so we'll take that. If a QB can't do well on the Falcons in this game, they're not going to do well at all, I don't think. There's just something about the Falcons in this game. But now, let's get into the offseason and let's actually get into the official rebuild of this team. Let's make some changes. We definitely want to look for a receiver, probably some O-line. And in the Super Bowl, that is a very possible one this year. The Ravens take down the Cowboys 21-13. I mean, it's probably going to be the 49ers in there. Ooh, we could actually have a rematch. I guess I talked about this in a recent rebuild, but it could be a Super Bowl rematch. It could be 49ers versus Ravens this year. They look like the 2 best teams in each conference, or the best team in each conference. You know what I mean? Which would be kind of fun. But now for re-signings, before we even get there, let's restructure some deals. If we can we not here? Well, obviously we won't be able to restructure Saquon, but oh, we might not be able to yet. Okay, well, oh no, we can restructure Darren Waller. Okay, let me restructure a few deals and we'll see how much money we can free up. And honestly, Giants fans might not like this. I don't know how Giants fans feel about Darius Slayton, but we're desperate for money right now. I'm unfortunately gonna release him because it saves us $6 million. He might honestly need a deal, so I don't know. This might save us money, but either way, he would probably be going. We could re-sign him at some point, but he's 27 here. That's going to be hard to develop. Mark Lewinsky was good, but this will save some money too. He's older. Okay, I'm not going to commentate all these. I'll just see y'all when I'm done. I will say this, though. I think we might release Adoree Jackson. This will save us a decent amount of money. I forgot. The Giants are kind of like in a surprising amount of not cap debt, but they just don't have as much as you would expect for a team that A, seems so young, but B, seems, you know, not great. But that's all we're gonna do. That's all we can do. And now we should have a decent amount of money. So Saquon Barkley, 3 years. We'll even up it a little bit just because I'm scared he won't resign, but 3 years, 42 mil, and he resigns. And then Xavier McKinney isn't interested anymore. I wish we could have got him at the midseason, but 5 years, 56 mil. Can we offer this? Doesn't take it. We might tag him. Oh, Isaiah Simmons too. Okay, this is tougher than I thought it would be to start out. Trading Daniel Jones definitely hurt, if that's the reason we're like this. 5 years, 33 mil for Isaiah Simmons. He takes it. And now that's all we're going to be able to do. So let's get into free agency. We'll see if we can restructure even more. And we'll see if there's anything we can do in free agency. Okay, I don't know why I didn't just tag Xavier McKinney. It wouldn't be a Brandon the Simp rebuild without me making some interesting mistake. I mean, we can get another safety at some point, so it's not like the end of the world, but obviously, you know, he's the Giants safety, so we want him back. Ooh, Odell would be kind of fun, bring him back to the Giants, but we don't have the money for that. How many years does he want? Maybe we could, oh, he wants 3 years. Okay, well, never mind. I was gonna say maybe we could get him at some point once his deal expires, but probably not. But Xavier McKinney, I hope we can get him back. If not, there might be someone else we can sign here, but let's see what happens, and he doesn't sign with us. Okay, I'm stupid. I'm sorry. I know. He goes to the Texans. All right. Well, in my defense, there's Grant Delpit here. He's pretty good, right? Bengals are also interested. He's probably not going to sign with us. Do you wanna? Okay, we get Grant Delpit. That's a little bit of a compromise, but at least we have a similar overall player. He's cheaper. That's worth something, right? Why does it say we have almost 20 mil in cap space, though? That's just a lie. That's cap. I'm hilarious. But now let's get to the draft where we are definitely going to have some things to worry about with this team. Hey, it's not my fault the Giants wanted to pay Daniel Jones for some reason, all right? That wasn't my decision. But here in the draft, we pick at number 12. I almost wish we did worse this year because this is a team where we need some high draft picks. I mean, this team has had some high draft picks, but you know, there's a difference between having high draft picks and actually hitting with high draft picks. But we're going to try to change that. I guess they've hit with some, like Andrew Thomas, Saquon Barkley, Kayvon Thibodeau so far, even though he hasn't been as good as I thought he would be. But there are like a million different things we could go for here. We could go for D-line, we could go for corner, safety. Not that we would do that with our first pick, for safety at least. O-line, receiver. There are some things we could do. But let's get to our first pick and we will see what we can do. I don't think I'm going to be going corner though. The corners this year don't look very good unless Landon Lake is super fast. Oh, he is. Terrible man corner. And I don't like taking players like this where they just have one awful, or at least for corners, even if they have like good zone or something, for example, if they have terrible man, a lot of the time they're not great. He's probably good, but I don't know. We might go with a lineman here with this first pick. Dylan Borland is he's an insane athlete. His ratings don't look great, though. I wish I focus scouted him. BJ Jordan is a pretty good athlete. His ratings look pretty good. There's also Chester Cooper. Shout out Chester Stone. He looks good. But playmaker receivers always have normal dev when I take them, so I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I don't know if this tackle's good or not. Usually, if there is a really good tackle or something, they go with like the top 5 picks. But Dylan Borland is very athletic, and I think he'll have a dev trait. I think he'll only be like a 72 or something, which is debatable if this is even worth it, but we are banking on him having a dev trait. So let's go. Is this worth it? There are other linemen later. I don't know if this is worth it. Yeah, no, it's not. There are other linemen later. We won't do that. That was a quick switch up. Get pump faked, idiot. Let's go with a D lineman. Why not? Who looks good? I kind of like the look of Sergio Love. I don't know if he's great. I don't know if I love him. I'm hilarious. You should subscribe if you haven't already. But he looks good. He has A power moves. I don't love his block shedding though. He doesn't look great, honestly. But he looks like the best option at defensive tackle. Is Quandre Dent good? He looks kind of similar, just a finesse rusher. Maybe he would be better value in the 3rd round. There's some good value players here. I just always have a hard time finding good players at the top of the board. There's Blake Talley, a defensive end. Ooh, A power moves. Oh, he's only 279 though. That's a little, he's kind of a tweener though. We could just beef him up a tiny bit. I don't know. Let's just go with Sergio Love out of Michigan State. He's probably going to have normal dev, but I think he'll be a pretty good overall. Let's take him. And yeah, he has normal, but good strength, good acceleration. We could get him a dev trait. We'll see. I really wish he didn't have normal, but I expected it. Okay, and now let's go with an O lineman. There were some good looking ones here. Alfonso Matthias looks pretty good. He's a good finesse blocker, but a bad power blocker, which is fine. There's Dave Grant. The problem is there just isn't that strong. Never mind. There is a strong lineman. The problem with him though is the rest of his ratings don't look very great, but he might still be worth it. There's also Vondre Johnston, which is a hell of a name at tackle. We might go with him. I rarely see even decent looking linemen or decent looking tackles past the 1st round, so he's interesting. Let's take him. Elite strength, good speed, great agility, good acceleration. Yeah, sure, why not? Normal dev, I figured. I am the best normal dev picker of all time. Respect me. Give me my title. Give me the crown. All right, now let's go Deontay Tompkins. Can't wait to see he has normal dev too. Okay, no, he thankfully does have hidden. 90 strength, good jumping, good acceleration. And you know what? This is the rare draft where I'm going to show 4 picks because we desperately need a receiver too. Ah, there goes Quandre Dent, 1 pick before us. But who's a good looking receiver? Definitely not Emmanuel Wilson. 8 bench reps? I don't think so. Let's go with Carl Bright. I focus scouted him. It's kind of rare to find a playmaker receiver that actually has like decent receiving ability. Did that say poor speed? What? He ran a 4.45. What do you mean poor speed? Well, I found the problem with this player. I was like, this dude looks kind of too good to be true. I mean, nothing's crazy about him, but if you can find a playmaker with like even solid receiving ability, a lot of the time they're good. But now I'm not so sure. Why does he have poor speed? That's why I hate how that works. Because he can have a 4.45 and a 4.41, and he's about to have like 84 speed or something. God, I hate that. People ask me like, why do you hate how the combine system works? This is why. All right, well, we'll probably take him anyways because there's a chance he's good, but that's tough. Let's take him. Normal dev, yeah, 84 speed. Wow, I called that on the dot. That's so dumb though. How does that make sense? I love this game. It doesn't shave years off my life. No. Ooh, okay, yeah, this draft, you know, this about went as I expected. It definitely wasn't the best draft of all time. It was certainly a draft of all time. Was it a good draft class, or it seemed a little bit terrible? It was. Oh, this was a terrible draft class. Okay. The best player was a 78. No way. The best player was Blake Talley. I'm gonna cry. Why didn't I take him? Oh no. I'm throwing. Okay, he only has star at least, but still, why didn't I take him? Also, Landon Lake was pretty good. I don't know if I ever showed him actually. Did I mention him? I can't remember. God, why didn't I just take Blake Talley, man? Whatever. You live and you learn. Isn't that a saying? I don't know. I probably won't learn though. I would probably make that mistake again. But at least Sergio Love looks decent at a 74. That's what I thought he would be. Did I predict that? I think I said 74. I might not have said anything. He does actually go up at defensive end. He goes up to a 75, so it makes that look a little better. Vondre Johnston, again, crazy name. He's a 73. Deontay Tompkins is only a 72, but at least he has a dev trait. And Carl Bright, again, I love that he has 80 84 speed, even though he ran like a 4.41 at his pro day. That's cool. What would he be if he had like even decent speed? I guess not much better, only a 69. Nice. He'd be a 69 receiving back. Again, nice, but we're not going to do that. And then I took these two picks. They're not great, but Greg Craig, which is certainly a name of all time. He is hidden dev. That's interesting. I don't know why I sounded like I was surprised I picked him, but he's only a 66, so I guess it probably doesn't matter. This was definitely a draft, and I am turning the draft class strength up to good. Where do you even do that? I've like never done it. Oh, edit draft class strength. Oh yeah, you have to go position by position. That's stupid. All right, that works. We'll just go strong for everything. There's probably some strategy so it isn't too broken for some positions. I don't care. It's fair for every team. But now let's get into year number 2. But here's a look at the team heading into year 2, and I mean, the team isn't amazing. We're only a 79, but it kind of is looking pretty good. Our two main issues with this team are wide receiver and O-line, and we added a lot of new faces there, at least for the O-line, and I guess it's not a ton. It's 2 new starters, but Johnston and Tompkins both do look pretty solid. A lot better than what we had at those positions, I guess, other than Glowinski. Glowinski was pretty good, but Tompkins is a lot younger. And then the receiving core, I obviously wish we could add more. I want to sign a free agent, but we are still broke. But that's fine. We can develop Wan'Dale Robinson and Jalen Hyatt for this season. Maybe Bright, you know, if Carl Bright somehow wins Rookie of the Year or something, that would be huge. But we'll develop those top 2 at least, and then once we get like a number 1 in here, this will be a very nice receiving core. And then on defense, it is only a 79 overall, but again, same with the offense. It is a very, very young defense. We're also going to start Greg at strong safety, Greg Craig at strong safety, just because he has a dev trait. He looks about 45, but hopefully we can develop him. Hopefully he doesn't develop like a 45-year-old. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about the team. Now, honestly, I don't know how well I'm expecting it to do. We might not do great, but we're playing the long game here in this one. There are certain rebuilds where you would think it would be, oh, just fix this thing and this thing and this thing, and then boom, you're a good team. But the Giants don't have cap space. So we cleaned some things out. We got some rookies for this year, and now this upcoming offseason, we should be looking good to really make some additions. So let's get to the midseason point of year 2. Don't expect too much this season, but I guess you never know. Okay, well, never mind. Tommy DeVito is just insane, apparently. And the rest of this team, I guess, I don't know. We are 5-2. How? How are we 5-2? I'll show y'all I didn't cheat. I don't know why I would. That's league schedule. I meant to go to team schedule. Oh, we got dumpstered by the Buccaneers, but other than that, we've been looking pretty good. It doesn't look like we've had necessarily the hardest schedule ever, but to be fair, teams that are good in this game and teams that are good in real life are kind of two different things, so it's hard to say if these are good wins and losses or not. But yeah, we are 5-2. We have a breakout linebacker too. Thibodeau? Oh, it is Thibodeau. Okay, that would be huge. Hold the Titans to less than 200 total yards. I doubt that's going to happen. Or get Kayvon Thibodeau 2+ all those stats. So we'll see if somehow that happens. I don't know. I doubt it, but you never know. Ooh, and wide receiver and corner are the 2 strongest positions in the class. I'm going to go corner because we're going to bank on the fact that we can sign a receiver. Plus, I'm better at drafting corners anyways. I'm not very good at drafting receivers. And then we, of course, have some players to re-sign. Do we have money? Yes, we do, thankfully. We have 92 mil to work with. We'll re-sign Azeez Ojulari. He's very cheap. 2 years, 8.8 mil. He comes back. And who else do we want? Of course we now have money when we don't really have anyone else to re-sign. That's fun. But hey, that'll be very nice for the off season, so I won't complain too much. We have 87 mil to work with right now, and we could have even more once we restructure some deals. So we're gonna go crazy in free agency this year. But that's literally all there is for us to do here. Let's see if we get the breakout for Kayvon Thibodeau. I doubt it, but we will try. We will see. Okay, we lose to the Titans as I expected, and do we hit the breakout? All right, good week. Good stuff, team. We'll get them next time. Okay, wow, we unfortunately choke in year number 2, and we finish 9-8. You hate to see it. But hey, I wouldn't say I'm happy about that, but we will have a better draft pick. We're definitely not in a position to compete yet. We're only an 82 overall, and if we would have made the playoffs, that wouldn't have been super realistic with this team. So, you know, barely missing the playoffs when we looked like we were going to be in them is unfortunate, but it could be for the best, for the long term, for the long run of this rebuild. Am I coping? Possibly, but barely bear with me. Tommy DeVito, 3,500 yards, 23 touchdowns, 11 picks. Almost want to go for a more pass-heavy offense to get him more development. Is that the right move necessarily? I don't know, but he is the point of the rebuild, and it would be more fun for the rebuild if we had him producing a lot. That could also mess this up and just make us terrible on offense, though. I don't know, because Saquon Barkley, almost 1,700 yards, 5.1 per carry, 11 touchdowns. He was very good. And Wan'Dale Robinson, 1,155 yards and 13 touchdowns with only 75 catches. Damn. Okay, he was good. And then Jalen Hyatt, 800 yards, 6 touchdowns. He was whatever. Not much from other receivers. Blocking, Andrew Thomas was our worst lineman because that makes sense, but the rest of our line was insane. Only 17 sacks allowed on the season. That's insane. That's like the lowest amount I've ever seen in this game. And then on defense, Isaiah Simmons led the team with 120 tackles for loss, 13 from Thibodeau, 12 from Lawrence, 11 from Ajulari, and sacks, 11.5 from Kayvon Thibodeau. We will take that. 7 for Lawrence, 6 for Sergio Love as a rookie. It looks like he did pretty well. He also had 3 pass deflections. That's kind of fun, I guess. And then Bobby Okereke this year was our best linebacker with 4 interceptions. He is probably going to be up there for Defensive Player of the Year now. And then 2 interceptions for Greg Craig. He might be up there for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I doubt either of our guys are going to win it, him or Sergio Love, but they should be up there. Cordell Flott also with 2 picks and 1 for Tommy Overstreet as a backup. No picks from Delpit, Banks, or I guess Aaron Robinson was our 3rd starting corner. I guess our number 2 outside guy. Not great there. Ooh, Hot Rod. Only missed 1 extra point on the season. That was his only miss. He was crazy. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes once again. All right, no comment. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Brandon Ayuk. Wan'Dale Robinson up there at number 9. We will take that. Defensive Player of the Year again goes to Micah Parsons. Kayvon Thibodeau at number 5. Former Giant Leonard Williams at number 6. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Braden Johnson for the Buccaneers. Carl Bright at number 6. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Kenneth Richardson for the Cardinals. Our first player all the way down at number 5 with Sergio Love. And Greg Craig all the way down at 9. Almost nice. I kind of wish Love got 1 spot lower, but almost nice. DeVito was 10 for best QB. I guess we'll take that. We had some players for each award. We didn't have anyone for best O-lineman? What? Our O-line was insane. How? Kayvon Thibodeau wins best linebacker, though. We'll take that. I never check these. And Rodrigo Blankenship wins best kicker. Huge. Massive news. But now, let's get into year 3, and this is where things should start getting better. Much better. Hopefully. Do we want to try a new defensive playbook, though? I just don't know what a good 3-4 defensive playbook is. I know some pretty good 4-3 ones, but we have a Super Bowl rematch here. The Ravens win it again. 35-21 over the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, I'm sensing a bit of a theme here with the Super Bowls, but we had an upgrade for Kayvon Thibodeau. Did we hit any dev ups? I'm assuming he got a dev trait, but how about Wan'Dale Robinson? He deserved one, and he did get one. He went up to Superstar Dev. We will definitely take that. No others on offense, unfortunately. I wish Johnston got one. He deserved one. And then, yeah, Kayvon Thibodeau went up to Superstar. I'm surprised Okereke didn't get Superstar, but oh well. He's already a good player. Greg Craig only has Star Dev, unfortunately, which I kind of expected. Same with Overstreet. Same with Tompkins, but we already saw that. So no Superstar draft picks, unfortunately. But let's try to change that this year. But for re-signings, we will pick up the 5th year for Kayvon Thibodeau. 9 mil isn't bad. I don't necessarily want to pick that up, though. I really want to turn Evan Neal into a good player, though. He was so good at Alabama. I liked him so much as a prospect. I don't know I know what's gone wrong for him, but he looks legitimately worse than he did in college. Well, that's obvious, but I don't know, his technique looks even worse than it did when he was at Alabama, and that's not a great thing. You don't want to regress once you hit the NFL. But we will re-sign Jamie Gillen, the GOAT. He re-signs, and we will re-sign Hot Rod, too. He comes back. Hopefully he doesn't kick 50% this year. He very well could. And then that is all we are going to worry about here. So let's get into free agency, and hopefully there's some good players for our positions of need. Hopefully corner, receiver, maybe even safety we might need. We'll see. There probably won't be anyone here. Okay, just kidding. There is Brandon Ayuk. There's some good linemen, both of the Browns guards, but our O-line has been really good. Charvarius Ward is here too. Apparently the 49ers are going broke or something. Unfortunately, Brandon Ayuk has big offers that we just can't compete with. But how about Charvarius Ward? Okay, we can get a green offer for him, obviously, but it does give us the lead is more what I meant to say. Who do we want at receiver? Ayuk is really the only one that seems like a great signing. We could get Tyler Lockett as a 1-year rental, though. Oh, he wants a long deal. I don't know about that. How about a 1 year? The Jets are also interested, so which New York team will he sign with? Jerry Jeudy's here. Another player I liked as a prospect that hasn't worked out from Alabama, too. Maybe just don't draft Alabama players. Jamal Adams is here. That's interesting. I don't know what else to say about that. That's interesting, though. He's not very good in this game. All right, we're not going to do that. But these are the players we are going to go for in free agency. I kind of want to go for one more. We just don't have a whole ton of money left. Let's see if there are any restructures we can make, and we'll see. Oh yeah, a whole $580K. That's huge. Okay, well, I freed up a little money, and now these are the players we are going to go for. It is Charvarius Ward, Zadarius Smith, Tyler Lockett, Leonard Williams, and Jerry Jeudy. You know, we still need a D lineman. We'll bring back, I guess, now a former player. I did not like when my Seahawks traded for him. He's a good player, but they gave up a lot, and they weren't even in a position to compete. So I don't know why they traded for a player that needed a contract, is older, and they just weren't in a position to compete. Did they feel like they were? I never felt like they were, but apparently they did. I don't know. I mean, I guess if some other team signs him, they'll probably get like a 3rd-round pick for compensatory picks, but still, I don't know. It's kind of just making a pick worse for no reason. But now that I say that, he'll just randomly become a monster for the Seahawks starting now. But yeah, we have a lead for most of these players. The only player we don't have a lead for is Zadarius Smith, but I'm not like super worried if we get him or not. We have, you know, Azeez Ojulari as like an okay number 2. He was definitely better his first year. I don't know why I went to linebacker to try to show Azeez Ojulari like he would show up here. I'm tired. But yeah, if we don't get Zadarius Smith, it's not a big deal. But let's see if we can sign any of these players right off the bat. Okay, so everyone except Leonard Williams so far. And we get Charvarius Ward, Zadarius Smith, and Jerry Jeudy. We do not get Tyler Lockett. That's tough. That's actually really tough. All right, well, it might be trade time. We'll see. But Leonard Williams, we'll have to up his deal a little bit. He still might not even sign. Do you want to sign? No. Okay. Nobody wants to sign with the Giants for some reason, apparently, even though we had a lead for both of these guys. That's cool. I love this game. I set very high interest motivation or whatever. All right, well, let's make a trade here. We need a receiver. Do we, though? We don't pass that much, and we have 3 good options. You know what? It would be exciting to trade for a receiver, so let's do the exciting option here. Okay, that's kind of expensive, but we are trading a 1st-round pick for T. Higgins. I think that'll be worth it. He'll be a very good number 1. Again, we're not, you know, the most pass-heavy team in the world. Maybe we should try a more pass-heavy playbook, but I don't know. That is a huge addition either way, and that makes this team look a lot better. I don't know what we're going to do with Jalen Hyatt now. We don't really have a need for him anymore, but we'll see. But now, let's see what we can do in the draft. But now in the draft, we pick at number 50, I think our first pick is. Obviously, no more 1st-round pick. The Cardinals have the number 1 pick, which is something. But let's see what we can do with a 2nd-round pick. There were some good-looking D linemen and a lot of them, so we might be able to do something good here. We'll see. The first one who looks insane is Hunter Bruce. Now, if you've seen my recent rebuilds, which, you know, feel free to binge watch them. I made a playlist of all of my Madden rebuilds. It should be like recommended to you. Maybe it's like just go to my playlist section on my channel. It should be there. But if you've seen the recent ones, I've been taking these like around 3rd round insane looking defensive ends. Now we have a 3-4, so he's probably going to go down if we move him to outside linebacker, but still, this guy is insane looking. Hunter Bruce, he's 6'6", 265, 22 years old, out of Florida. Good speed, great strength. Yeah, I mean, let's take him. Hidden dev, is he a need? No, not really. Is he insane looking? Yes. 88 strength, 80 speed, 83 excel. I like that pick a lot. And I think we're going to trade up here. Maybe just straight up with the Bears. They want a center. I don't know if we have a center we can trade. I guess this could be a good Azeez Ojulari trading spot. I mean, they're probably a 4-3, but they won't know the difference. Oh, wow, they don't take that. Interesting. That is like almost as close as that can get. I'm going to scream again. All right, we are trading Azeez Ojulari, a 3rd and a 6th for a 2nd from the Bears. That worked. Ooh, wait. Corner. Do y'all see that corner and that receiver? Oh, yeah, I forgot we said set strong draft classes. Okay, that explains a lot. I was confused. Because, I mean, look at these corners. We'll definitely try to land one round 4-ish, if there are any good ones available. But I guess we'll go with, should we go Avery Mitchell? He looks kind of crazy. It's too hard to tell, like, who the actual insane players are now, because every player just looks insane when I use strong draft classes. Let me know down below if you want me to use these or not, because I could definitely not use these if you don't want me to, but I know a few people do want me to. Just let me know. But yeah, let's go with Avery Mitchell out of LSU. Hidden dev, 92 strength, 84 excel. Sounds good. And last pick, let's see if there is a good corner here. Oh, this receiver, dude. Hold on. I've been looking at him. We don't need a receiver anymore. He does look kind of crazy though, but we have too many receivers already. I'm good. Let's look for a corner. All the good ones might be gone though. Ooh, Jonathan Simmons looks kind of good. Dominic Bowden looks good, but I think the other guy's better. Yeah, let's go with Jonathan Simmons. I don't know if he's great, but he's pretty good looking. Elite, change of direction, agility, and acceleration. B-man, not great press, to be fair. Man is really his only good, important corner rating, but I like that he has elite traits. That's nice, so let's take him. I don't think he's great, but he might be decent. He does have hidden, 91 speed, 95 excel, 96 change of direction. He's interesting. We might have just found something there too, but I'm gonna sim the rest of these picks out and we will see if we got some good players. I think we did. Okay, well, here's how we did in the draft, and unfortunately, Hunter Bruce went from a 75 to a 72 at outside linebacker. He was a 75 defensive end. He still looks good, but yeah, he definitely went down quite a bit. Avery Mitchell looks good though. He's also a 75. Let's move him to defensive end. We'll see what his overall is there. Probably about the same because he's kind of a smaller defensive tackle. No, he goes up to a 76. Okay, we will take that. And then Jonathan Simmons is pretty good. I was thinking around a 72 and he's a 73. Hidden dev, we take those. The CPU also picked a decent running back, but I bet there are a lot higher of overalls in this draft class than there were last. Oh yeah, okay. See, I wish there was a happy medium between this and like the normal draft classes. You know what I mean? Because this is kind of too many good players. The other ones are more realistic. We'll stick with these for the rest of this, but again, definitely let me know down below which ones I should use. But now let's get into year number 3. But here we are heading into year 3, and obviously the team is looking a little different this year. I guess not too much, but the addition of T. Higgins should be pretty huge. Still only 26 with superstar dev, so we should be able to, make him even better, develop him, however you want to say that. So that'll be nice. And then on defense, we also made some big additions here. We got Zadarius Smith, Charvarius Ward. We added Mitchell through the draft. Our defense is also looking very nice and still very young. So now up to an 84 overall, we're starting to resemble an NFL team. No, we've been decent for, I guess, a year-ish now, but now we're looking pretty good. We have Tommy DeVito up to a 75 too. He's definitely not looking too bad. So now let's get to the mid-season point and we will see how this team does. Okay, well, we are once again 5-2 at the mid-season. It looks like our defense is doing better. I can't tell if it is or not. We're 7th in points allowed per game, but we have the 27th pass defense and the 11th run D. So we're probably somewhere like 19th for yards per game allowed. I still don't know how much I trust our defense. We're the 23rd overall defense. I'm not going to make a mid-season change, especially because we're technically doing well right now, but I don't know. We'll think about it. The Rams I've used before and it was terrible, so I don't know if we're going to do that. The Bills is good, but they're a 4-3. We will reassess at the end of the season. How about that? And we have a next man up position. A next man up scenario. I will not be clicking on that. No, thank you. But for re-signings, we have not too much to worry about, but we don't have much money at all. We have Wan'Dale Robinson and Evan Neal. Now, Wan'Dale unfortunately isn't interested, but, we have other options at receiver. I mean, he has been our best, but in terms of overall, he's only, tied for second. So, I don't know. If he wants this, 5 years, 65 mil, okay, he does. Cool. But if he didn't take that, it wouldn't have been necessarily the end of the world or anything. We have better receivers, or a better receiver at least. And then Evan Neal, I definitely want back. He's been good. 3 years, 17 mil. He re-signs. Cool. Probably weird for Giants fans to hear me say that Evan Neal's been good, but he's been good here. And Cordell Flott, we can probably upgrade there. He's already our 4th corner anyways. I'm starting that rookie we got, so we'll let him go. And then that's all we're gonna do for now. So let's get to the end of year 3. I almost said 4. I always get those mixed up for some reason. And hopefully we don't choke as bad as we did last year, but we will see. All right, well, I called it. We finish 8-9 and we missed the playoffs. Unfortunately, our offense was the problem this year and our defense ended up being fine. How about we change both? How about that? What was the best offense and defense? The best offense was the Chiefs, shocker. Should I just be lame and pick the Chiefs? I might. Yeah, we'll probably do that. And then the best defense was the Rams. I guess it makes sense because I have Aaron Donald. I don't know if this would be as good if we used it because we don't have Aaron Donald, but we could try it. The Dolphins defense was also good. All right, let's try Chiefs offense, Rams defense. I don't know how this is gonna go, and this could very well backfire, but don't be mad at me if it backfires. This game shouldn't be so playbook oriented anyways, but we will see what happens. And ooh, something interesting is Jonathan Simmons has superstar dev. Okay, maybe the good draft classes are a little broken because we're just getting players like that in the 3rd round. Or that was probably 4th round. I don't know about that, but again, let me know what you think. I'm sure other rebuilders use them because it's like more exciting. Ooh, bigger overalls, but I don't know. I don't love doing that for some reason. But if you want me to, I can. But let's check out our season stats. Tommy DeVito was okay. 3,200 yards, 23 touchdowns, 14 picks though, and not a great completion percentage. He hasn't been great so far. He hasn't had like a very good season. He's just been okay. He's up to a 77 at least, which is kind of cool, but we want to get him better. Saquon Barkley though, 1,700 yards, 5.3 per carry, 15 touchdowns. He was insane. 900 yards for Wan'Dale Robinson. He was good. T. Higgins was fine. But yeah, we're definitely going to use a more pass-heavy offense. The blocking was good, but obviously we're a more run-heavy offense anyways, and Andrew Thomas was our worst lineman, even though he's the best overall. I love this game. And then Bobby Okereke led the team in tackles with 131, tackles for loss, 18 for Mitchell as a rookie. Could be up there for defensive rookie of the year, 17 for Thibodeau, 14 for Lawrence in sacks, 9 for Zadarius Smith, 8.5 for Thibodeau. Terrible numbers, but not great. I kind of do think we'll benefit from a new defensive playbook. And then Isaiah Simmons led the team in interceptions with 3 and then 1 for 4 players. But MVP goes to Jalen Hurts. Finally something different than Patrick Mahomes. He was at number 3. I'm pretty sure Dak has been number 2 every year, but at least we have something a little different. Baker Mayfield now on the Raiders. Interesting. I haven't seen Daniel Jones up here at all other than that first year at number 10. So I guess that's good for us. But Jalen Hurts wins Offensive Player of the Year. Saquon all the way down at 4. I'm surprised he wasn't higher. Aaron Donald wins Defensive Player of the Year. Again, finally something different. There were lots of Rams up here though. Kayvon Thibodeau at number 9. We'll take that. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jermaine Suttle on the Bears. And Defensive Rookie of the Year does go to Avery Mitchell. That's huge because he only had star dev, so now he should go up to superstar. That thing where we won like a Defensive Rookie of the Year and we didn't get a dev trait or like any XP or anything has only happened like once. It hasn't happened since. I don't know what happened. My guess was that like it just gives the overall NFL like Defensive Rookie of the Year the XP and dev trait, but not like the AFC Defensive Rookie of the Year and the NFC Defensive Rookie of the Year, like just the one who was the better of the two. But I don't know, that didn't make much sense because like, we got the XP and dev trait almost every single other time, so I didn't know what that was about. It hasn't happened since, but maybe it'll happen this year now that I said it hasn't happened in a while. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But in the Super Bowl, the Cowboys are again in it, and they finally win one. 28-10 over the Broncos. I guess that's fitting, the Cowboys rode the Broncos. I don't love that phrasing, but, I guess it's what happened. They beat them 28-10. Ooh, and Avery Mitchell, 2 upgrade points, now up to an 82 overall, or will be in a second. I guess an 83 with morale, but he should be looking nice, and he does have superstar dev, so we love to see that. Let's see, did we get any other dev ups? I don't know who we would get. Simmons was pretty good again. He could have gone up to X Factor, maybe. I don't see any on offense, though. And on defense, Thibodeau went up to X Factor. Okay, we'll take that. I didn't think he would. He wasn't like that crazy, but I guess he just had a ton of tackles for loss, so that helps. I don't know if he deserved that, but I'm glad he got it. But now, let's get into the offseason, heading into the 4th and final year, and let's see what we can do with this team. I don't even know what we need at this point. I guess we'll find out. But for re-signings, I guess we'll pick up the 5th year for Deonte Banks. It doesn't matter because that's after this rebuild is over. That'll be next year. And then everyone else here is just backups. So let's get into free agency. And I do think we want to look for a safety. That's like the only thing I can think of. Maybe O-line, but our O-line's been good. So I don't know. Oh, okay. I see a player I want. I don't think we can afford him, but I do indeed see a player I want. Trevor Lawrence is here. That's different. I don't ever see him hit free agency. There's some different players here. This is kind of cool. Maybe it's because I changed a lot of the overalls in my rosters. It kind of made things different, but it's interesting. There's also Brock Purdy. No great running backs, but we obviously don't need one. I'm just looking at what's here. This is interesting. It's refreshing to not see the same players every year. But let's see if we can free up a little more money, and we will see what we can do. Okay, well, we were able to free up just a little bit of money, like 40 mil almost. I love that restructuring in this game is a thing, but it's a little broken sometimes. Like I mean, I guess every team has the ability to do it, I would assume. I mean, I'm not sure. It wouldn't surprise me if they didn't code in the ability for the CPU to restructure. In fact, that's probably why the Browns go so broke so quick, because they just can't restructure Watson's contract or anything. Yeah, I bet they didn't code that in. That wouldn't surprise me. But we can, and we freed up a lot of money. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, well, these are the players we are going to go for in free agency. There have just been so many pass rushers that have hit the market. I don't know why. That's not really realistic, but if they're here, we might as well take advantage of that, especially, you know, stealing a former division rival in Micah Parsons. That would be crazy. Look, if I'm being honest, I don't think we're going to get him. I can definitely see him rejecting us for a lower offer for no reason, which would be devastating, but I guess we have other options, so it wouldn't be too devastating. I don't know. It still wouldn't be fun. We're also going to go for, I guess, another division. Oh, we're going for 3 division rivals. I didn't even realize that, but Jordan Mailata, we'll put him at right tackle, I guess. I wanted Penei Sewell, but he's too expensive. We can't really get him, so we'll try Jordan Mailata at tackle. We don't need tackle at all. Our guy has been playing great, but this would be a big overall upgrade. It would make the team look a lot better. And then Donovan Wilson is the last one here. We'll play him at free safety, I guess. I don't know if I would love that in real life. I mean, he does do that decently well, but he is 31, so he should be regressing soon. But here it'll work out, hopefully. I mean, I can't promise that he'll play well, but at least he'll be an 80 overall, is what I'm trying to say. So I really hope we can get Micah Parsons, but let's see what happens here. I don't have a good feeling about it, but let's see. Okay, so Micah Parsons signs, and he does sign with us. That's huge. Now, unfortunately, Jordan Mailata and Donovan Wilson didn't sign yet. We still have the lead for both. We're the only team interested in Donovan Wilson, but the Rams are edging closer. I can't use that word anymore. They're inching closer, I think is what I meant to say, but edging closer is kind of funnier. I don't know. We'll say edging closer. But hopefully we can get him, so let's see if these two want to sign now. Jordan Mailata signs, and he does sign with us. That is huge. Donovan Wilson, do you want to sign? No. I mean, our free safety's been playing well. He's not a very good overall, but if he has to start, that's not the end of the world. So now this team is insane. Let's even restructure Mailata. We'll move him to right tackle, and then we'll move Micah Parsons. We'll restructure him, and then move him to outside linebacker, and now we are cooking. This team is crazy. But let's see if there's even one more free agent we could get. We do want Donovan Wilson, so we'll go neutral now, and we still have 12 mil more to work with. So let's see what we can do. Rasul Douglas, can we afford him? Ooh, we have a green offer. I mean, corner isn't necessarily a big need, but if we can upgrade, this is the last year, so we might as well upgrade. But let's see if we can get these two, Rasul Douglas and Donovan Wilson. Oh, we're out of submissions or whatever. I'm definitely not out of submissions with your mother. That made it sound the opposite of what I wanted to say, but whatever. Close enough. Really living up to the name Brandon the Simp, apparently, with that sentence. But okay, it looks like Donovan Wilson does sign, but Rasul Douglas doesn't. Let me see. That is a loud truck going by. Neutral we can do, I don't know. We just can't quite afford player friendly. We're close. Gets us in the green. We'll just try that. If he doesn't sign, again, it's not the end of the world. We have other corners, but let's see. And he doesn't. Okay, that's fine. I don't know what we're gonna do with the rest of this money. Alvin Kamara, sure. Isaiah Likely, this is likely a good pickup. I'm super hilarious. All right, let's see if we can get these two. Likely signs, and Alvin Kamara does sign. So that's a big free agent class. But let's get to the draft, and let's see if there's anything else we can add to this team, or if we are good. We might be good. But here in the draft, we pick at number 14. The Jags pick at number 1. They're a confusing team in this game. They're either good or terrible. There's almost no in between. But we really don't need to do much here, and I'm probably only gonna show one pick. But there's some good looking corners. Ooh, Dalton Davis is only 20 years old. Ooh, Marshawn Benford skipped the combine. Okay, there's a defining trait with all these players, and George Landry just looks insane. He might be the best out of the group. I don't know, Dalton Davis. I love me some MILFs, but young players in this game are the way to go. He's not quite as fast as George Landry. Well, I guess they have the same speed for some stupid reason. He has worse acceleration though. Yeah, let's go with Dalton Davis out of Boston College. I don't know if he's gonna have a good dev trait. I'm just not used to these better draft classes, but only 20 years old, let's take him. And he does have hidden dev. That could be a very good pick, we'll see. But like I said, that's the only pick I'm gonna show. That's probably the only pick I'm gonna take. I might take a guard or something, but I will see y'all for the draft recap. All right, well, I actually just skipped the draft recap, and here we are heading into the 4th and final year of the rebuild. We are an 87 overall. We would probably be an 88 if we had a higher overall QB, but you know, we committed to Tommy DeVito. Hopefully he can be good this year, but this is definitely a nice roster. We have a good receiving core, a very deep receiving core now, a good running back group, a very good running back group actually. The O-line is good. I mean, it's not the best overall, but these guys do play well, or at least they have throughout the rebuild. I guess that could change at any moment, but hopefully not. It probably will this year because we're going to be more pass heavy. And then on defense, also very good looking here. We don't have any like big holes anymore, probably. Pause. You know, it's weird that Kayvon Thibodeau is technically a backup now. I think we'll give him more playing time over Zadarius Smith, but Zadarius Smith was better last year, so I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we have two 99s on defense with Dexter Lawrence and Micah Parsons. That's crazy. On offense, we almost have a 99. Saquon's a 96, playing up to a 98. So this team definitely has some star power, I guess we'll call it that. Also, Davis is a 78. He's looking good. I guess we'll play him over Simmons. I mean, he could have superstar dev. We'll see. But now, without further ado, y'all have seen the team, so buckle in, because let's see how this team is gonna do in year number 4. All right, well, here we are at the end of year number 4, and if you've seen one of my videos before, y'all know why we're here. Of course, if you haven't already, be sure to drop a like, be sure to subscribe. Both of those help out the channel more than you could imagine. It takes you like 2 seconds, and I would very, very much appreciate it. And you know, hey, if you like sleeping to videos or something, I know a lot of people do sleep to these videos. At least that's what they tell me, which makes sense. They're definitely long ones. So hey, if you want something to sleep to, these are an option. But in year number 4, I almost said 3 again, with an 88 overall team, we finished 14-3. We had the 3rd best offense in the league and the 4th best defense, at least in terms of points per game. Our defense was probably a little lower, but let's check out the season stats. So Tommy DeVito, with by far his best season so far, 4,800 yards, 34 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. We have turned him into a legitimate good player here. Now up to a 78 at 28 years old. I mean, he's an old rookie in real life, but he has finally become a good player here. Now, do I expect him to ever do something like this in real life? No. Do I think he's decent and like, you know, a passable starter, at least so far? Yeah, definitely. But I guess you never know. He could become a stud like this. That would be crazy, but you never know. Saquon Barkley, 1,500 yards, 5.4 per carry, 17 touchdowns. Alvin Kamara with 10 touchdowns. I kind of wish those all went to Barkley, but whatever. And Darren Waller, now in our tight end heavy playbook, 1,250 yards, 9 touchdowns. Wandale, another 1,100 yard season, 10 touchdowns. T. Higgins and Jerry Jeudy were all right. And then sacks allowed, our O-line held up really well, other than Andrew Thomas. Again, he's just not that good in this game for some reason. I mean, he's listed as a pass protector, but that's apparently he's not good at that. I don't know. And then on defense, Bobby Okereke led the team with 116 tackles for loss, 20 for Parsons, 16 for Lawrence, 13 for Love, 12 for Mitchell, and sacks, 28.5 for Micah Parsons. Yeah, that's realistic. 9.5 for Lawrence, 7.5 for Thibodeau, 5 for Mitchell. Don't know about that, but we'll take it. Only half a sack for Zadarius Smith, though. That's not great. And then interceptions, 3 for Delpit, 2 for Okereke and Ward, and then 1 for Zadarius Smith. Literally had more interceptions than sacks. That's cool. But 1 for him and Isaiah Simmons. But let's check out yearly awards. MVP goes to Dak. Tommy DeVito DeVito, the greatest player of all time, at number 5. It looks like the Rams signed Trevor Lawrence. That's interesting. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Bijan Robinson, Saquon at number 3, Tommy DeVito at number 9. Surprisingly, no Wan'Dale Robinson up there, but oh well. And Micah Parsons obviously wins Defensive Player of the Year. I would have been concerned if he didn't. And unfortunately, Blake Talley up there at number 4. I just wish I took him. I don't know why I didn't. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Bryce Rodgers. They have a new Rodgers, apparently. I doubt he's a QB, but they just love Rodgers, apparently. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Cortland Mims for the Cowboys. No Giants up there, but that's fine. It doesn't matter at all, because we went 14-3 and made the playoffs, obviously. But now, let's see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional. Hopefully not like the Cowboys. Okay, that's a scary one. The Panthers, I've seen the Panthers less and less. Maybe it's because I've been like lowering their overall throughout the year, obviously, because they've been playing way worse than I thought they would. But I'm still scared of the Panthers. They have a really good defense, apparently. Not a very good pass D, which is probably good for us, because I mean, that's the strength of our team, our passing offense. And then their offense was just okay. So we should theoretically win this one, but will we is the question. But we will go play it cool. Y'all know me. No risk, no reward. I'm fine with that. But let's see if we can win against the Panthers. I don't have too much hope, but I don't have the worst feeling about it. We'll just see what happens. And we do win 28-13. Okay, good. And now we are going to be taking on the team that we stole Micah Parsons from in the Dallas Cowboys. They have CeeDee Lamb up to a 99 here, but we have a recap for the first of many. Give us those sweet and juicy staff points. Thank you very much. And we have some upgrades. Anything major? Not really. But this is a very depleted Cowboys team, more than I've ever really seen them in this game. They are an 84 still, so they're not bad. They had the best offense in the league still. Just their defense obviously wasn't as good, and apparently they have a weak-ish pass defense too. It's like one of the best in real life, but whatever. So we could very, very well lose this game, but let's see what happens. Let's see if we can move on to the Super Bowl. And we do, winning 38-14, smoking the Cowboys. Smoking that Cowboys pack, I guess. And we are gonna have a Super Bowl rematch here. The last year's Super Bowl was a rematch of, I guess, the year before, or I guess the second year's Super Bowl was a rematch of the year before, but this is an actual real-life Super Bowl rematch. I think twice, and the Giants won it twice, I'm pretty sure. The Patriots have a very good defense here, but not a great offense, which is realistic to real life. Oh, and we had an upgrade for Micah Parsons there. I just kind of skipped over that. I didn't even see who the other player was. Did we hit any dev-ups, though? Let's see if this team somehow got better. We did. Tommy DeVito went up to superstar. You love to see it. Same with Darren Waller, and I think that's it, unfortunately, but I mean, those are two pretty, I guess they're not necessarily important because, you know, there's only one more game and they're both older players, but it's still fun to see either way. It makes the team look even better. But we have a Super Bowl media day before we jump in here against the Patriots. This Super Bowl's everything. This is the last game of the rebuild. 10 staff points, we'll take it. And now let's jump in and see if we can take down the Patriots. But here we go in the Super Bowl against the Patriots for our third matchup against them in probably 20 years, I would say it is at this point. Maybe like 18 years, I don't know. But we obviously have the Patriots number here. Now, the question is, will this be the same in Madden? We have the better record, we have the better roster, but that doesn't really mean a whole lot sometimes in Madden. But let's simulate this game out, and we will see what happens. We score early, 3-0, but they get a touchdown. We immediately get a touchdown right back, but so do they. This is high-ish scoring so far, but we take the lead 24-14. We get back-to-back scores, and now everyone just stalled. And we take a big lead on them all of a sudden. We are up 45-20, now 52-34. That was way too much scoring for me to keep up with. We put up 52 points in the Super Bowl as we make Tommy DeVito and the Giants Super Bowl champions. That is insane. Tommy DeVito getting lifted up there by, it looked like, Darren Waller. I hope he won Super Bowl MVP. I don't know how to tell who did, but I hope so. But what a way to finish off the rebuild, as our boy Tommy DeVito has the Lombardi trophy there. You love to see it. The elite quarterback matchup of Tommy DeVito versus Mac Jones resulted in almost 800 total passing yards and 9 touchdowns. That's insane. And yes, of course, Tommy DeVito did win Super Bowl MVP. And Mikey McDingle won Coach of the Year. What a way to close this rebuild out. That's beautiful. That's poetry. But of course, that is gonna be the end of today's rebuild. I really hope y'all enjoyed. This was one of the most fun realistic rebuilds I've ever done. I'll just say that. That was amazing. But again, if you enjoyed and you for some reason haven't already, be sure to drop a like on the video. It helps out a ton. And be sure to subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. And once we hit 25K, like I said, something very special is coming up. But again, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know down below what y'all thought of this video. I've never really asked for that before, but leave any thoughts on the video, I guess. And on screen now is probably another video that YouTube thinks you would want to watch. But thank you all so much for watching, and with that, I will see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.